Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today our topic of discussion is GCSE Chemistry Foundation Type Paper 1. Okay, and here without wasting the time we are going to solve the first question. This question is about element, compound and mixture, and substance A contain only one type of atom, so it means here it will not compound, it will not mixture. Okay, the second one, that is substance A does not conduct electricity, so it means metallic element that will conduct electricity, so in this case option D is correct. Next question is about substance B contain two types of atoms, so in this one here it will not element, so here we have two options, compound and mixture. Now you can see the second line, that is the atoms are chemically combined together in a fixed proportions, so that is only in the compounds, not in the mixture. Okay, next question is about what is the name of element in the group 0 of the periodic table. Alkali metal, halogens, alkali metals, that is not like group 0, halogens group 7, noble gases, that is the correct answer, because the noble gases, these are the group 0 or group 10 element. Okay, or group 8 element, sorry. Next question is about which statement about the elements in group 0 is correct. All the elements are very reactive, no. Okay, because they are stable. All elements in the group from the negative ions, no. The boiling point increases down the group, we will see. The relative atomic masses decreases down the group, so actually here the boiling point increases down the group because the size of atoms increasing. Next is neon in group 0. What type of particles are in the sample of neon? The atoms, ions or molecule, so actually neons contain the atoms. Next question, that is fig 1 represent part of the structure of an oxides of metal, so here you have to see the metal is X and oxygen, that is a dark dark circle, dark black circle, that is denoted by oxygen. So you can see each gray that is bonded with the two oxygen, and here determine the empirical formula, so it would be one metal and two oxygen, so it means here it will be XO2. Next one, that is a nanoparticle of metallic element is a cube. Show the diagram, shows a diagram of a nanoparticle. Here you can see 2.8 nanometer. So now here you need to find the surface area of the cube here, and the formula is given, length of sides square times 6. So here one side length is given, so it means here is 2.8 square times 6. So after calculation here the answer will be 47, it's not dot here, 47.04, and the answer should be in two significant fig, so that would be 47. Okay, nanometer square. Next is find and cost the particles. Find and cost particles of the metallic elements are also cubes. The length of the fine particles cube is 10 times smaller than the length of the cost particles cube. How does the surface area of the volume ratio of the fine particles cube compare with that the cost particle cube? So tick one box. So now here you can see the first one, both surface area to volume ratio are same. No, because here that is 10 times smaller, so it means here it would be, that is the surface area to volume ratio of fine particle is 10 times greater. Okay, that is the correct option, because we will solve the whole paper, so we are going to solve these questions quickly. This question is about the chemical cells and battery, that is question number 2. 3 different types of batteries cannot be used to power a TV remote control. So here you can see zinc carbon battery, alkaline battery, and nickel metal hydride battery. So here first give one advantage of the each battery. So here in case of zinc carbon battery, so that is, here you can see that you have to write the advantage, so that will be cheapest. The first one you can see here, cost of battery is only 0.17, so it means that is the cheapest. Okay, and in the alkaline you can see here, in the alkaline that is 12, it means that is long lasting. Okay, and for the nickel metallic hydride, so you can see that is rechargeable. Okay, now the next one, fig show the symbol of printed on the batteries. So it means here suggest why batteries should not be put into the household waste. So because it could cause pollution in the landfill sites, or here that you can write that can be toxic, because these batteries can be toxic. Okay, next is about chemical cell. Here the diagram is given, the reactivity is also given. Which combination of metal electrodes would give the highest voltage in the chemical cell? So you can see here, that is copper is the least one and iron is the most reactive. So in this case that would be not iron and tin, not tin and copper, because tin is the intermediate, so it would be least or most, so that is copper and iron. Next is 2.4, the voltage produced by the cell in fig 4 depends on the types of electrode in the types of and the type of electrolyte. Suggest one other factor that could affect the voltage produced. So you can write there are the 2 factors, but you can write any one. It would be whether that is temperature or concentration. Okay, temperature or concentration of like the electrolyte or solution. Next is water is produced in a hydrogen fuel cell. Complete the word equation to show the reaction that produce water in the hydrogen fuel cell. So you all know that here the hydrogen that react with oxygen to form water, but here you need to write like complete like the words form. Next is this question, that is now question number 3. This question is about group 1 element. Here the sodium is given. Now you need to complete, I think, the electronic structure of potassium. So that would be here, that is 19. So the configuration should be here 2 8 8, and here you can see like 8 8 16 to 8 18 and 1 19. Next is why do group 1 elements have similar chemical properties? They have the same number of electron shell, they have the same number of outer electron, and they have the 2 electron the first shell. So actually the second one option is correct, because they have the same number of outer shell electrons. Next is what is the type of bonding in sodium? So you know that the sodium only, that is about the sodium atom, so here it would contain metallic bonding. And next here is observation when the lithium, potassium and rubidium react with the water. So you know that the reaction with the most reactive, that is too high. It means lithium bubbles slowly, float moves slowly. But in case of sodium, so here the reactivity, like you can say, increases, bubbles very quickly, melt into ball, or float or moves very quickly. You can write any two. For example, here float and moves quickly. Next is potassium is already present and rubidium is already here. Next, 3.4, give two observation you could make when sodium react with the water. So you can write, and you already did, like write your answer in table 3, you already did here. Okay, next question, how does the reactivity of the element changes going down the group? So you can see here, first it bubbles slowly, then it quickly, then very quickly. It means the reactivity increases. The reactivity increases. Okay, from top to bottom or down to group. Next is, give two ways in which the observation in table 3 shows the changes in the reactivity going down the group 1. So here you need to write any two ways. The first one, that is, like you can see here, the observation that the bubbles here, that increasing rate of bubbles production. The first one you can write here, increasing okay, increasing bubbles production rate. The second one, here you can write that, like increasing the speed of movement. Increasing speed of movement. Okay, next is, which gas is produced when group 1 element react with the water? So you know that the hydrogen gas is produced, because that is, for example, here the metals react with the water, it will produce H2 gas. Okay, and the other product, that will be like metal react with the oxygen. Okay, and it will make metal oxides. Next is, sodium fluoride is an ionic compound. In here all the detail is given. And now sodium and fluorine, here in this case you need to put here the charges. Okay, so first you need to complete the electronic structure of the sodium ion and fluoride ion and give the charge on the sodium and fluoride ion. So obviously the charge would be here positive and here the negative, and in this case here it would be eight here and 8 as well. Okay, because the sodium contains total 11 electron, the outer electron is donated to the fluoride. Okay, so it means due to loss of electron here, the sodium that got positive charge, and due to gain of electron, the now fluoride contain negative charge. Okay, next here is again all the instruction is given. and the table is also given here. Now calculate the mean temperature X for magnesium in table 4. Okay, you can see here the mean temperature, but you have to take the closest temperature. Let's suppose here is 54, 50 and 55, but we will not use 37 because 37 is too far, so that will fluctuate over reading. So it means here that would be, you have to take 54 plus 50 plus 55 divided by 3, and you get 53 degree Celsius. Okay, next question is determine the order of reactivity of the metals cobalt, magnesium and zinc. Here you have to write the magnesium that is most reactive, okay, and the cobalt is cobalt here that is least reactive, while the zinc that is intermediate. Okay, so most reactive is magnesium and least reactive is cobalt, okay, and the intermediate that is zinc. Okay, next is the range of the measurement on either sides of the mean shows the uncertainty of the mean temperature increase. Complete the sentence. The mean temperature increases of the zinc is 18 plus minus. So here you need to write, because the zinc that contains the that have the stable oxidation that is oxidation state is 2, so it means here you need to write, you can see as well from the table, that is for the zinc 18 16 16 18 18 20, it means the difference of like here 2, so plus minus 2 degree Celsius. Which type of variable in the volume of the hydrochloric acid in the investigation? So that is controlled investigation. Okay, next question, suggest one way of the improving step 3 in the methods to give result which are more repeatable. So we have to check the step 3. Add 1 spatula of the metal powder of the hydrochloric acid and stir. So that is here you have to write here, suggest one way to improving step 3. So you have to write that use the same mass of metals powder. Just wait, use same mass of metals powder. Okay, next question is about here it shows energy diagram, and you have to write here like which one is A, B and C. So A is actually progress of reaction. Okay, I think here that is given. So here I'm going to write the progress of reaction is A, the C that is product, and here the B that is activation energy. Okay, next is question number 5. This question is about acid and alkalis. Which ions do acids produce in aqueous solution? So acid produce hydrogen ions. Okay, so acids react with the alkalis. Here it will form neutralization reaction, because acid react with the alkalis to form salts in water, so that is a neutralization reaction. Next, here balance the equation. So you need to balance this. Here you can see the 2K potassiums are 2 in the product side, so you need to multiply here by 2, and then here it will form the 2H2O, because here you can see the total 4 hydrogens on the reactant side. Now the next, Universal indicator turns purple to potassium hydroxide solution. What is the pH of the solution? So pH would be potassium hydroxide, that is the base, so it means that would be 14. Okay, 7 is for the neutral and 1 and 4 for the acidic. Next, that is a student does the titration to find the volume of sulfuric acid that react with the 25 centimeter cube of potassium hydroxide solution, and here all the apparatus and the instructions are given. Now the question is, the 25 centimeter hydroxide solution is made with the measuring cylinder. Which piece of equipment could be student use to measure the 25 centimeter cube of potassium hydroxides more accurately? So that is pipette, that will be like used for the very minute accurate measurements in the experiments with more accurately. Next, 5.6 is about describe how the student would use the measurement equipment in fig 7 to complete the titration. So here you need to write all the procedure. So first you have like a conical flask. For example, here I'm going to write just hint like flask. In the flask you need to add potassium hydroxide. Okay, and then the step 2, that is add few drops of indicators. The step 3, that is add acid where? In the burette. Okay, now the step 4, that is like you have to start the reaction, add the acid from the burette into the conical flask until the color change, okay, and then when the color change, it means that the reaction is now shifted towards the completion. Then you have to read the volume from the burette that is used. Okay, it means first before start the reaction you need to calculate the initial volume, that is you can see from the burette reading, and for example that is 0 0, and after the completion that is 13, so it means 0 to 13. 0 is the initial reading and 13 is the final reading. The difference, that is 13. So you need to find the difference and then you have to calculate the mean to find the exact volume. Okay, here next question is about question number 6 is about the metal carbonates XCO3, and here all the instruction is given. Question number 1, that is 6.1 is about what is the reading on the gas range. So you can see here the reading is on in between 40 and 50, that is closest to 50, it means that is 48. Next, here the graph. Now you should calculate the values of the change in the y and change in the x. Calculate the gradient of the line of best fit. So first, change in the y, you can see here. And change in the x as well. Let's suppose we are going to take this one, and here change in the x is 0.4 and change in the y, that is 70. Okay, so gradient would be 70 over 0.4. So let's suppose here 70 and that is 0.4, so 70 over 0.4, the gradient would be 175 centimeter cube per gram. Okay. Next is about copper chloride was produced in the reaction, and here copper chloride comes from the HCl, okay, because HCl contain chlorine, so it means here the acid, that is hydrochloric acid, is used. Next, the reaction between copper carbonate and acid produce a gas. So what type of gas? That will be carbonate CO3, that will produce carbon dioxide. Okay. Next question, that a different student produce a pure dry sample of copper chloride using a same reaction and all the instruction is given. The question is, why was the solution heated gently? Here heat the solution gently until the crystal starts to form. So here, that why? Because to evaporate the water. Okay. Next is, how should the solution be heated gently in step 3? That is, you can use boiling bath, or electric heater. Okay, so in the next video we will continue from question number 7 to question number 10. Okay, so I hope you would understand our today video, and if you like it, so kindly subscribe our channel, and if you have any question, then you can put your question in the comment. So take care, we'll see you in the next video.